Good evening. Good evening.
Good
Good
evening.
evening.
Good evening. What's
We
up? What's
are
going on?
excited to be here and we're missing somebody. Dante, what's up?
Oh man, so we are two-thirds tonight out of three. Shanitha is our encourager, really the one who kind of brought all this together,
Mhm.
and so she's out working, doing things with the family, and so we're gonna keep it going. But just know that we're so excited to be here for you guys tonight and really
Yeah.
talk about the challenge and the topic for tonight.
Mhm.
Teresa, how's things going on in your world?
Things are busy, 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 busy. We all
Yeah,
got multiple worlds going on here. This is one of our pieces, and we've been doing this for half the year now, almost like 5 months.
man,
This is like
yeah.
it's crazy.
July, yeah, since
Since May,
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 May.
May.
That's when we met.
Yes. And then we
Yeah,
start then we started.
yeah,
We started
yeah,
like pretty much right away. Uh
yeah.
and we've been going ever since, every week.
Every week, every
Even
week.
if we're out of town, even if we're at like
Out
you
the country,
out of the country, even if you were in a hotel filming something or doing
hotel.
something.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
you
Oh
remember that?
man, that's
Yeah.
right.
So
Yeah, yeah. Everybody always on the go, always on the road.
yeah,
And
isn't
I
that, and
think,
that's kind of how life is right now. A lot of times it's just too much. It's too
man,
much. It's too
yeah.
much. So,
I think that's the beauty of what our challenge is really like taking us though. Our challenge, I feel like our challenge really challenges us, in the same aspect that we're asking to challenge others is challenging us. One
yes.
of our topics I think last week was let me go to it real quick. It was it's safe to slow down.
Yeah. And I don't think we really believe that though, because often we don't, we're not slowing down. We are operating as though, this is the end all be all. And I think we absolutely must take into consideration that these bodies are fragile. I was just having a conversation before we got on this live tonight. I was just having a conversation with a girlfriend of mine that's been a girlfriend of mine for probably 30 years. And these days, her health is not, she's 67, her health is not good. And she's somebody who's worked, if I've worked 40 plus years, she's worked like 50, because
Yeah,
she's older than I am. But what I'm
yeah.
saying is, yeah, we have to protect ourselves.
You
And if
know,
if you don't,
I'm
the
so
body
glad you
lets you
shared
know.
that. Yeah, and I'm so glad you shared that. My mom's been in the hospital again, but she asked
Oh,
me like to keep it private until she made it through. But she had been in the hospital. She had just got out maybe Saturday. Today is Thursday. Yeah, she
mm,
got out Saturday. The doctor said you have to slow down. You have to take care of your health. And that's
mm,
one of the things. If you don't slow yourself down, your body will for you, because
mhm.
we have to listen to our bodies. You know what I mean? And it's
Yeah,
so important to do that. And mom is up there as well in age, and it's like, hey, your mind might feel like, man, I'm hard charging, but your body might be
right,
like, hey, like it's time to delegate and trust other people with this, which also went into like one of our discussions of building a team and what it
right.
takes to have a team.
Well, I think that's the only way you grow is if you actually set up a team in your business. My I talked to my brother tonight because my daughter said, I don't know, you just need to call your brother, check on your brother.
Yeah,
And I said, okay, I'm gonna check on him. So I did. And one of the things I said, so how you doing? His name is Charles. I said, how you doing, Charles? Charles said, I'm doing fine. And he said, so how you doing? He was just happy to know that I was checking on him. I said,
yeah,
well, I'm tired. And he said, well, you don't get like dad. Don't get like dad. Our dad was an entrepreneur, and
yeah.
his number one trap was he couldn't, not that he couldn't get in the business, but he couldn't get out.
Man, that's a whole nother level of the trap. Not
Mm.
that you couldn't get in, but that you couldn't get out. What's your exit strategy? Do we have that as a topic? Creating an
I
exit
don't think so
strategy.
because I think most of our topics were, but that is a topic. So let's just put it in there. That is a
Let's
topic.
let's
That's a
bookmark that.
yes. That
Yeah,
is a topic. We must have a way to get out. We must have a way to figure out how are we going to get out. And for
yeah.
me, I'll be 60 in 10 months.
Come on now.
I'm about to celebrate
Come
because
on. Yeah.
yeah, it's gonna be a celebration.
Yeah.
Uh, but one thing I'm not gonna do is drag myself through the striving for another
Yeah.
20 years. We ain't
Yeah.
doing that. So I'm
Yeah.
telling everybody right now, I'm letting them know right
Yeah.
now, I'm setting it up so that I can do what I gotta do in order to enjoy some of this fruits of the labor.
Absolutely. No,
Mm.
I think that's a great game plan. And so, have you ever read the book Think and Grow Rich?
You know. I've
Okay.
read Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, and I've
Yep.
read Think and Grow Rich, A Black Thought.
Oh yeah, that's a good one too. Yeah. Yeah. Man,
Yep.
so I love Think and Grow Rich, the original Napoleon Hill, because he really talks about being specific with a number, having a
Yes.
specific number,
Yeah.
um, because that it's really it really kind of sets things in motion when you have like your exit number. And
Hmm.
today, when we talked about how we do anything is how you do everything, I actually talked about something as simple as making your bed. You know what I mean? Like it starts off as something as simple as that. How do you make your
Yes.
bed? Do you make your bed? Like these simple routines to get to the ultimate goal. So when I make my bed, it's to know like, man, that is a one accomplished thing that I've completed. Having your
Hmm.
number is like knowing like I've achieved this number. Anything after that is just extra overflow.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, and
Yeah.
so how do
I
you
think,
feel
I,
like,
go ahead. I'm listening. Let
oh,
me
go
listen.
ahead.
No, I want to hear it because I'm about to go down a rabbit hole. Down a rabbit hole. So you go. You go.
So ultimately, um, what would you say? Like, have you determined what your number is for you?
Are we talking about age, money, time?
Money. We
Oh
talking
my,
about
oh
money.
yeah, 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 yeah. I have a number in my head, and it to some people, people who just got started, it may sound, I don't know how it's gonna sound. I think it sounds grand for people who just got started, but I've been in business for a long time, 32 solid years.
Wow.
32 solid years. So, and my business does at this point, my business is doing just shy of seven figures,
Yeah.
just shy. If I put my foot on the gas just a little bit, it's going to go right on over, right?
Right. Right.
Um, and I'm thankful. I'm very thankful to have created it. So my number for myself personally, I feel like I don't need what I need money for is to help other people. It's not
Yeah.
necessarily to help me.
Good.
So I'm
Don't say your
thinking,
number. Don't say your number. I just want to know if you have the
yeah, I do have a
number. Good.
yes. Okay, I do have a number. And I'll
Good.
say to you that it is um I have a form that we could put in give it to anybody that's a part of Elevate to Activate. I have a form that's called the Freedom Number. So you can figure out
Okay.
your number too. And
Good.
we mean this is for everybody, right? This is for
Yeah.
everybody that click that runs with us and rolls with us and follows
Yeah.
us on
Oh,
all of
that's
our
good.
steps. The freedom number will get you at least thinking about in your own mind what should it be, and asking yourself the question, how can I get there? Now, I'm going to say
That's
one
key.
thing.
That's key. That's
The
key.
only way you get in there, because you can't get there without teaching somebody else. You
Yeah.
better get that part right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Somebody else has to learn to pick up some of the pieces of
Yeah.
your work in order. So you've got to be loving on other people,
Yeah.
giving opportunity, and
Yeah.
helping to make this thing happen, not just for yourself, but for other people who are also coming behind you. Because if you don't,
Absolutely.
you're going to keep doing it until the day you take your last breath.
That's it.
And that's
That's
not the
it.
deal. That's
That's
not what,
not the deal. That is putting yourself in a trap that you can't get out of. I just love that. I really can't wait for us to actually kind of like um that honestly that could possibly be the book title. I don't know.
Yes,
Like
yes, yes. I
that's a
think
good one.
it is, well, it's the real, but it always is good when it's real. Like when the
Yeah.
real people with real lives doing real things, and then
Yeah.
having these situations. And I mean, my brother is the one that said it to me. He said, that's the trap that dad couldn't get out of. He couldn't figure out
Man.
how to not be a part of his business every day. And
Man.
sure enough, at 60 years old and 4 months, he passed on March 10th. He turned 60
Mm.
on November the 1st.
Wow.
So all of that, and this
Wow.
is this is a long time ago, it's 1999. But my point is that he owned a business from 1972, 3, 4, something like
Right.
that. And he died in it,
Yeah.
literally, in 1999. So
Gosh.
we don't want to
Golly.
do that, y'all. We don't want
No.
to do that. That's not the deal.
No. Yeah.
So yeah, the goal is for us to be able to enjoy some of the fruits of our labor, and to be able to find other people in terms of the leadership piece that we can train, that we can give to, that can carry the banner and still keep you with a little bit of money in your pocket so you can go on
Right.
into your life. Yeah.
Right. And
Hmm.
that reminds me of the Chinese parable. Basically, how something starts is how it will finish. Now, this can be like a double. This can be a double positive or a double negative, because it's like sometimes how you start isn't how you finish, but also the idea in mind is more of so like if you go in with the mindset of this is just mine or this is all I got, then
Oh,
it can kind of
you're
end like
doomed.
that. Exactly.
You're doomed. You
If you
have
don't
to
go
start
in,
with the end in mind.
you have to begin with the end in mind. And I think that's really what I got from that parable. It's like begin with the end in mind. Do you
Hmm.
see yourself, whatever business it is? I know we have Samika on here, doing events. Do you see yourself um, just being the type that's making phone calls and sending your team out there? Did you already envision that? Because how you do anything is how you do everything.
Hmm. Yeah.
Today today was a challenge for me.
Mm,
A client of mine, one of my highest paying clients from back in the Gap, he's doing a reality show. I actually wouldn't have been here tonight if I took the job.
mm,
And I was talking to Trinae about it, and I was like, man, like this is really hurting me. Like this is actually, I knew today was a change in who I am because I said no to
mm.
money.
Yes.
And I
Yes.
don't normally say no.
Mm.
Like I said no because I'm building something, I'm growing something. This would
Yeah.
take me away from something. And also, it's not even at the value, even though it's good money, it's not at the value that I'm now positioning myself for. And
Right.
so to say no, it was
Mm-hmm.
like, man, this was to me was the perfect challenge of this day of the topic. How you do anything is how you do everything. Because if
Mm-hmm.
you see yourself as a CEO figure, don't allow somebody else to treat you like a mid-level employee. If
And
you
the
see
and, and
yourself,
and the other thing is that it's that character building thing. You do discover that the money only brings you, it opens doors and makes things softer, but not all money is good money. Not all
right?
good money. And you do probably the most valuable thing that you could ever have is your freedom, your time, your creativity, your
Yeah,
opportunity to think, not this go, go, like
yeah. Yeah,
mm,
and it was a full itinerary. Here it is. Here's the show. Here's the timelines. And I'm like, man, this is nothing. And Trinae was like, no. And she like, what was your video just about today? How you do anything is how you do everything. Operate at a different level. And even though you may, like you said, it may provide a softer impact, maybe for the day, maybe for the week,
right.
you know, don't don't sacrifice. I want to encourage anybody, don't sacrifice your future for a momentary distraction. Myron Golden was big on that.
Distraction. You got it. We
Yeah,
are big time. That is the next conversation. We
yeah,
must stay away and learn how to separate ourselves from distraction.
Yeah.
Use that D&D button on your phone.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
Use that D&D
Myron Golden
button.
shared that. He said in his he tells a story in his book. He also tells it online. You know,
Mm,
there was one day, I don't know what it was, farming or something. He was
yes.
basically farming, and he was like, he knew this was not his calling in
That,
life.
oh,
You know, he was like, I don't care that I don't have money. This is not going to be my calling. And thank
right.
God, you know, he
He
followed
prayed.
that.
He prayed that. He prayed. He said, God, if you can just remove me from this, if you can just get me out of this, I promise I'll do everything to find my purpose in my ministry and I will serve you forever. And he is for certain got out of that.
Absolutely,
And he would
man.
never go back.
And so that is so key.
Mm.
So what are some of the building blocks? Because you know, I think it's important to address the actual steps and building blocks of what it takes to identify how you do anything is how you do everything. You know, what are some of those things? Like, what are some of the
What?
building blocks that you would say, especially as a parent? Because I'm a parent, and I was telling my son, I was like, hey, you know, you doing this move or making decision like this affects other decisions. And he was like, how is that the case? Like, I'm just pushing a car. He was pushing a car super slow, just
Mhm.
unaware. And I'm like,
Right,
hey man, be aware, stay sharp, stay focused.
right. Um,
Um,
Go ahead.
and
I'm
then he
trying to
ended up
find some
getting
a
he,
charger real quick, but go ahead.
okay, he ended up getting track and
Hmm.
was just the almost second to last. And
Hmm.
he finally said, he was like, I see what you mean. Like I I need to get better at like putting in the work for the things that I want to do and what I want to be good at. And so what would you say, especially with your experience of leading teams and having kids and really helping them grow, like how is how you do anything, how you do everything a vital part of your teachings?
It has to do with principles, things like consistency, um, things like being willing to learn,
Mm,
things like maintaining a sense of confidence. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Um, Pushing yourself to work a little bit harder, even though you might be able to get away with not. So always giving your best effort. These are the things. If you, and to your point, like make your bed every day, because that's a part of a routine and a ritual, right? I'm gonna have to go out to my car, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all gonna have to just watch me walk to my car. But the ritual of actually having doing things the same way every single time you have an opportunity. Like tonight, I had an opportunity. I have a letter that needed to be mailed. Now, y'all know we are not trying to be at no post office, right? But I had a letter that absolutely needed to be mailed. And I had to make a decision because I didn't want to stop. I promise you I did not want to stop. But what
Yeah.
I said to myself was, I said, listen, if you don't stop right now, you're creating a scenario in a situation where y'all forgive me because I got to get in my car and get my charger. You are creating a scenario in a situation where you're developing, not getting it done syndrome,
Yeah.
not creating, not completion, not getting to
Yeah.
completion. And that
Yeah.
is, it just can't happen. It just can't go down like that. Um,
No, because the moment you give a little foothold to like laziness or procrastination or not right now. I love what you said. Like you can get away with it. You might be able to get away with it, but you shouldn't do it because that actually starts to build a new habit, a new muscle, a new bad habit of, well, I can start to cut corners on everything. I can start to cut
right.
corners on this.
And that's not what we want to do for sure. Like that's the last thing
Yeah.
that we want to do. We want to make sure that we actually take the time and do what we need to do. I may just end up sitting right here because I don't know where my charger is. I'm about to turn this car on and sit right here. We're gonna do the rest of
Come on.
this little podcast Zoom right here. But what I'm saying is that our ability to transfer those habits, those that behavior, it means something for everything you do, and especially especially your business, because
Yeah.
um if you're not doing these building these habits in your daily routine, then you will not build them in your business. It's too difficult. It's too easy to
Yeah.
say no. There is no boss. You know who the boss is? You
Yeah.
and your clients. Your
Yeah.
clients are the ones that tell you what you have to do, what you can do, whatever.
Yes.
They're the ones that are holding you accountable instead of having
Yes.
one boss. Now you got about 50 of them because
Yeah,
you work for all these people.
absolute. Oh man. And I
Mm.
can tell a story that was a struggle for me when I was first getting started because I stumbled into like brand building creativity really on accident.
Mm.
I'm actually a musician first, and I used to just love bringing my camera and recording myself. This is over 12 years ago, and
Wow. I didn't know that.
it's
Good to learn. We
oh
here.
yeah, yeah. I played the piano, I played guitar, I would sing, I was on American
Wow.
Idol. Yeah. So definitely it actually this business came by accident. So I
Wow.
did used to have
I
the
don't think
mindset.
anything comes by accident. Let me correct that, Dante. Nothing come by accident. You know
Right.
that's not the case.
But
This
it
was
wasn't my
something you
goal.
know because we don't know. A lot of times we don't
Yeah.
understand. We don't know. But yeah.
Yeah. And so it ended up happening where I used to like think for the first year, like, man, like you need me, you're asking for me, and I'm just a creative, and this is what it is. It wasn't until I
Hmm.
started working with mentors, working with people like who really cared and was like, hey, those clients are your boss. Like,
Right.
understand, like that is actually your boss, and put them first. Have a
Right.
desire to see them win before you see yourself win, which was like crazy to me at first, like to hear that, to understand that. But it did take somebody
Mhm.
mentoring and pouring into me of understanding like they are the boss and I am giving great customer service. And the more people that I can help, the more I will be helped. And so
Exactly.
that took that turning point for it to really become a pivot of like, man, now how can I serve more? And now on my website, it says we are customer service focused first. Like
Right.
our goal is to make sure that we serve you to the highest capacity first.
Hmm.
And that readjusted everything. I mean,
Right.
it actually opened up doors to industries I didn't think I was qualified to be in, or to working with people I didn't think I would ever meet, but I did end up meeting. And so, um, really establishing again the end in mind is pivotal to like your growth, but also realizing how you do anything is how you do everything. Are you the type of person that feels entitled, or are you the type of person that's going to serve?
Yeah. Right. Exactly. That that that's so important. It's so important to understand and to recognize that the your service protocol speaks before you walk in the room. Your who you are and your habits speak about you before you even show up because people already have an opinion. And
Yep.
so your job is to not necessarily cater to the opinion, but to just remember that, everything you do can speak about who you are, and it's going to be based on whatever they've already experienced. So if you
Woo!
demonstrate something that causes people to have like a moment like
Yeah,
then it's in it's in the way you're showing up.
I
It's in.
like that you said that because it reminds me of like being a salesperson used to be a bad word at
Oh,
some
I
point.
know. Yeah.
It used to be like, ooh, like car salesman, shark, sleazy, slick,
Yeah. Same thing with
and
real estate people.
real estate, multi-level marketing. Like people might have just been like, oh, you're part of that pyramid scheme, or you're part of that, you know, pyramid scheme. Honestly, they couldn't even call it direct marketing or network marketing. I do appreciate people like Myron Golden who really rebranded the industry of sales.
Hmm.
Rebranded the industry of direct marketing. Um,
Hmm.
because, like you said, they already have had an experience of something that they've experienced like that, and that unfortunately
Hmm.
kind of projects on everything else that's even similar to being something like that. So when you show up with
Yes.
excellence, it completely shatters maybe a false belief, and it brings a new light and perspective into something that they didn't know even probably existed until they met you.
Yeah, you got it. The other thing I'm going to say is it's very important that you not just keep yourself and your position in mind, but you make sure, it says my internet is unstable, but anyway, but
Yeah,
that you
it did
make
break up.
sure that you identify, hmm, what'd you say?
It
You
is
hear
a
me?
little lag, but you good.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Okay. Right. That's because I'm outside in the car right now, trying to make sure I stay charged up. But it's just really important that you consider the needs of the people that you're serving, and you make sure you have them, that you are able to jump into a niche that is meaningful to you, so you can do it with authenticity and
yeah,
lead from that space, lead from that space,
yeah,
lead from the heart, lead from the heart,
yes,
and be caring about the people that are going to be utilizing you for whatever, for whatever the reason is.
yeah,
So
yeah. Oh, I love that.
business is simple,
I love that. Yeah, it's simple. What's the saying? It's not easy,
simple
but
but
it's
not easy.
simple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep. Yeah, it's not easy, but it is simple. And
Right.
so my encouragement is to challenge your guys' self on what it is that you can maybe readjust, fine tune, or improve on your daily activities or daily habits. I know for me personally, it truly is delegating more responsibility to qualified people. Like honestly, that's actually came up since working in E2A, working with you,
Right.
how much you talk about leadership, how much we talk about team building. And it's like, you know what? I got somebody to do that. I have somebody
Yeah.
that does this. I can start to take my hands off. And even when I produced my film, that's what actually made it successful. Not trying to do everything myself and
Yes.
giving ownership to people. And when they felt like it was their project, the project went further than I could have imagined.
It brings a sense of facetedness, like a diamond. A diamond is cut on angles in order to bring the light in. And if you look at the diamond from this side, it's got some blue coloring in it. If you look at it from this side, you
Mm,
might see some rose and some gold. The point is
yeah,
is that it's faceted. Anytime
yeah,
you add more minds to a thing and you give it permission, and people are in the right spirit about it, it can build something that's so much more magnificent than one person can build on their own. So
absolutely,
that part is very
absolutely,
important, and especially
yeah.
in my mind, it's like, you do you want what you've created, as you grow, do you want what you created to die when you die?
No,
If you
because
don't
then you'll
have a
be like a
system,
Blockbuster. You'll be like a Sears. You'll be like a. There was a
what else went out
bookstore
of business?
too.
A whole bunch of them went out of business. Yeah.
Yep.
Toys R
Yeah.
Us.
Toys R Us. Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
Hmm.
the list goes on where these were major brands, but they could not get out of their own way.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
and you also have things like, if you don't look for people to think with you. I like, one of the biggest faux pas I saw in business was that, y'all know what? Triple A, you know who Triple A is, right? It's the road service, right? Everybody
Yeah.
knows that, right?
Yeah. I still
Triple
use them.
A messed up so badly because they also
Yeah.
had the travel industry, right? They had
Yep.
everybody in the travel industry, they had everybody in the road service. And instead, they got completely almost eliminated
Yeah.
because other people came into the system. For instance, things like, instead of doing, we used to get things like a triptych. Do you remember that?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm
Triple
25 years.
A
I'm grandfathered in.
Yeah. Triple A should have been that should have been the business to have all of these online travel. What happened? They
Yeah.
missed it.
Yeah.
They missed it.
Expedia. Yeah. Stuff like
They
that. Yeah.
totally missed it. So
They
now you got
did.
Hotwire, Priceline,
Yep.
whatever the other one is, all the
Um,
different ones.
the
But
owl thing. Yeah.
I mean, but they missed it because they already had the entire database, because
Yeah.
everybody would get a triptych.
Yeah.
you know, that's how we would travel, with a triptych.
Yep.
So
Yep.
they just messed it up. And many other avenues that they could have done, but they just didn't. Now, the reason why they weren't able to do it is because they did not have any new thinking.
Yeah.
It's just some old thinking and the new
Yep.
thinking, and here go technology coming in, just almost wiped them out.
Almost. And really kind of did. Like most people who are part of AAA, it's not a new generation. It's not.
Well, that would be me.
That's me as well. It's not a
Yeah,
new generation. It's those that know, and that was
right.
like a secret, but that's a great example again.
Mm,
And that's the thing of really being aware of your surroundings and learning when to pivot and when to go with the tides. In the book,
right.
The Science of Getting Rich, it talks about going with the tides and not against the tides. You cannot be
Yep.
the tides, so rise with them and not against it.
You have to let the new minds come in because they see something
Yeah,
different, that they see what you don't see. They
yeah,
see what you don't see. They're also dealing with a group of people that you're not necessarily accustomed to. When I talk to people about the real estate industry, I talk to them about how I started. We had a big R book. We have a big R book. We could not have imagined that everything was going to be online and you was going to Zillow and you was going to price whatever the
right,
all. We
right,
could not imagine the MLS online. We
yeah.
thought you're going to always be thumbing through this book.
Boy, has it
People don't
changed.
even know what an art book is these days.
No,
Just
I
like
didn't
they don't
know.
hardly know what a phone book is.
Right, yellow pages. Come on,
Yeah,
yeah,
right. So it's
man,
yeah, these are just some thoughts, y'all. We done went down a path. But we're really here to talk about day 16. We're gonna jump
yeah,
back on target because it can, business is that way. It can take you down a path so that we
yeah.
end up getting into all kinds of other
it-
conversations.
it's
But
not
thank you
a
for
it's not a
being here.
straight line. It's not a straight line. And that's really what we're talking about. How you do anything is how you do everything. So for
Right.
those of you that are watching online or going to join live, just know that truthfully, like you want to equip your mindset, and that's what we're really here to do, help you elevate your way of thinking, because your way of thinking is only going to get you so far unless you elevate. And when you elevate your thinking, you can activate your freedom, because that's what this is all about, guys, is
Yep.
activating your freedom, how to break free from the trap, how to
Right.
get free, how to grow. And so it really does start with the mind, and then your mind will attract leaders. And then when you attract leaders, it's going to be important to know how to communicate to them so that you
Yeah.
can continue to grow.
Yep.
um
So we
for
you
me
want to tell
personally,
them,
I think,
Dante, you want to tell them about our challenge? Because a lot of people, since we're not on the right now, we are in the group in my particular
yeah, your
feed,
Facebook.
and a lot of people don't know about the challenge. Who are, unless they actually are with the Elevate to Activate group. So we want to give
Yeah,
them
let
some
me
details.
share this in the group uh real quick. I'm about to
So
send
guys,
this.
let Dante share with you in case you're unaware of what we're talking about. And if you find any of this interesting or you find it helpful in terms of building your business, getting into a business, or if you are interested in just, side hustles or entrepreneurism at all, that's what we're about. And we are here to help you to, break free from the trap. Everybody
Yes.
understands that language. Matter of fact, I've been using it extra
Yeah,
a
and I'm
lot
seeing it
lately.
being used all over the place now. There's somebody sharing a live with me. They shared a live with me for Thursday called Breaking Free from the Trap. I said, if y'all don't get out of here, I got it. Oh, they called it Escaping the Trap.
Okay. Well,
They
it's
called
all,
it,
I mean, so it's on a lot of people's hearts and minds, right?
yeah, but I feel like this person follows me and then like they're doing it on Thursday
It's
live as
okay.
well.
It's okay.
You know what I
There's only
mean?
one you, and
I mean, that's
there's only
true.
one us.
There's
'Cause,
only one us. So
yeah,
I'm
there's
like,
only one
oh,
us.
that's cute. I
You
was
ain't
like, that's
worried
real
about that.
cute.
You know
Yeah.
what? You know what Myron said. Myron used this story one time talking about, you know, the act of creation and the act of service only creates more opportunity for everybody else. So,
That's what
he
Jesus said
likens
too.
it and he brings God into it to say, God created the apple tree. And you might think if you take all the apples off the tree, that's going to eliminate the number of apples. But he
Nope.
said that a man can count the number of apples on a tree, but only God can count the number of apples in the seeds on the tree, that
That's
and the
it.
number of trees that's going to be growing in the
Produce from
field
that.
from those seeds.
Seed,
So
seed, seed.
so
That's it.
so all
I
we're
love
doing
it.
is planting, this idea in the
That's
mindset that
it.
there is, God knows there is plenty to go around. All of this
Yeah.
competition, you ain't competing with me.
Right.
You
Right.
competing with you.
Yeah. But I'm like, get in here. Get in here.
Yeah,
Instead, join the group. But they
yeah,
posted it. Yeah, they sent it to me
yeah.
yesterday called Escaping the Trap.
Invite them. You better invite them and tell them to come on.
I have. I do.
Okay,
So
well,
we just
that's
got
up
to
to
keep
them.
going. We got to keep rolling. But if
Yes,
you look in the comments section, I dropped the calendar that's in there that we have, guys. So this is one of the things you can download it. You can even pull it up real quick.
I pull it up.
And okay,
Let's see if I can pull it up. All right, there it is. Now I got to share my screen because I don't think y'all can see it. But hold on, I'm about to share the screen.
hmm
We are live. Okay, let me see. Oh goodness, I'm all the way in Facebook looking. Let me get off of here and get back to the. Where is my screen? Uh, we shouldn't have me. It's okay though. Here we go. We'll share the screen now. Here we go. And here's the screen. And we are going to share it. And there it is.
there it is, guys.
Yeah.
So we started this on the 1st of October. So we actually have a solid 30 days. We've created a PDF guide of 30 days of breaking free from the trap. And with that, this is our calendar and our challenge. So join in, check it out, screenshot it, sign up for elevate2activate.com. You'll be able to get this in your inbox. And so this kind of just keeps you on track of what it is that we have going. And I think this is posted in our group as well. So
It
you'll
is.
be able to see it. Yeah.
Mhm. They got to
But
join the
this,
group in order to see it because it's not posted on my
yeah, it's a
primary
private
feed.
community.
Hmm.
Open, all you gotta do is just sign up, submit the email, and we would love to continue to just connect with you and grow with you. And so I do think those that do reach out on the side or on the socials to say, hey, I caught the replay, or hey, I joined the group. Thank you so much. We're here for
Yeah.
you. This is a community where, we're always here to share. Samika is, man, amazing. She's been a part of this community now, I think, what, 2 weeks. And so she shared some of her stories. So thank you just for being here and showing up.
Mhm.
And really, this is for you as well. And so each one of us can learn from each other. This is a round table where we all like to sharpen each other's minds. And I love what you said, Teresa, about the faceted side of diamonds. There's
Mhm.
rose, there's blue, there's emerald. There's so many different ways to look at this diamond. And that's why it has the whole spectrum, because there's different sides to it. And so be on the lookout for us having a special guest where we have them in the hot seat, or we bring in
Mhm.
somebody that can share some of their insights that we know can provide value to the community. So that's what we have tonight. I think really that covers it. Do you have anything else?
No, just notice that on Thursdays we are covering the topic that is in the calendar. You can notice that next week we'll be talking about your creativity is sacred, and then the
E.
following week, which is the 30th, we'll be talking about reflect and realign. And there's going to be a surprise at the end. If you are, this is the thing I wanted to say because it can be very challenging, which is why we call it a challenge to
Mhm.
stay on point every single day. So I don't want people to get frustrated or to feel like that they're not doing an excellent job of just putting forth the effort. But I want you to always go back and get on track. Always, don't let it, don't quit. If you find yourself off track, because we are all going to have interruptions and disruptions anytime we put forth an intention. So we want you
Yes.
to keep yourself accountable, and every single opportunity, make an effort to get back on track. Just get started again. Just get back up on that horse and let's go. Let's
That's
go.
it. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Well, thank
So
you so much, Teresa, for your time and just Shanita, when you watch the recording, know we missed you. Thank you for the heads up. Can't wait to see you again next week. Thank you, everyone. And you want to close us out, Teresa?
yeah, I will just say that I'm so thankful, number one, to be here and to have this community. Being a part of a community is how we grow. So I want to encourage everyone to, just remember you are worth it. The things that you bring to the table are worth it. Service is worth it. We don't need to feel some type of way about sharing our gifts with the world, because that's how the world gets brighter. We need more positivity, more love, more hugs, and more joy in people's lives. So always come with a spirit of service, and just know that whatever you're bringing to the table, if it's got those characteristics, it's worth it. We need
Yeah,
you. And how
yeah.
you do anything is how
It's
you
how you
do
do everything.
everything. All
That's
right,
it.
y'all.
Awesome.
Good night. We will see you
Good
next week.
night. See
Good
you next
night.
week. All
Yep.
right.
See you next week.
Peace.
Peace.